For a lot of people watching this video, it is hard to comprehend the size and the scope of the humanitarian crisis that is currently happening just a stone's throw away from America's finest city. This is the scene this morning along the San Diego-Tijuana border. More than 100 immigrants crossing into San Diego illegally, and this is the fourth day in a row we have seen such large numbers. Keep in mind, this is more than a week before Title 42 expires.
The United States Border Patrol is completely overwhelmed. San Diego, for example, I talked to a couple people this weekend. Every station was completely full, and they had hundreds, almost 1,000 people waiting out in the field that had already surrendered, waiting to come in to get processed.
Already outnumbered by the immigrants and the cartels, the Border Patrol is preparing for a tsunami when Title 42 expires in 9 days. The cartels now have social media websites. On those sites, they claim the U.S. border will be wide open on May 11th, and everyone is welcome. Come May 11th, we could be seeing more than 13,000 immigrants every single day.
It's hard to estimate the exact number, but it is going to definitely increase. I've been talking to some colleagues in Juarez. All the shelters over there on the south side of the border are completely full. Aliens are staging south of the border. They're still coming across in droves, but yet the backup is there. Same thing with Tijuana. Same thing with Matamoros.
Under the Biden administration, the attitude toward illegal immigration clearly took a turn from the Trump years. President Trump obviously concerned about enforcing the laws, but according to a former Border Patrol chief, Rodney Scott, President Biden and his Homeland Security Secretary are more concerned about processing the immigrants than they are about enforcing the laws.
I've never seen such a secretary that misleads America like this. Actions speak louder than words. As long as the illegal aliens cross the border and get released into the United States to roam freely, this will never stop. And that's what this administration put in place the day that they were inaugurated. The secretary talks in vague terms, but if you listen closely, he's always talking about expediting the flow of people into the United States. He never talks about border security, deterrence, or actually securing the border. And his entire process and strategy is focused on processing people and getting them away from the border so that the public doesn't see these big groups of people. That's going to get worse when Title 42 goes away.
And when the flood of immigrants is guided to the borders by the cartels, the dangerous game of cat and mouse begins. Occupy border agents with the immigrants so the drug cartels can bring in that poison in another part of the border wall.
When they overwhelm Border Patrol, it creates huge holes in border security. So every time we have a significant increase in illegal aliens entering the U.S., drug seizures and criminal arrests actually decrease. And it's not because those things went away. It's because they're masked. The agents can't respond to them. So fentanyl's getting into this country in a way we've never seen before, heroin, meth, and criminals as well.
You know, every time we come down here, we find one of the tools of the trade. In this particular case, we found about 3 or 4, and what they are is crude ladders that are made by the smugglers. And this basically is a fence post with little rebars that are drilled through and held on with tape. This thing right here, they put that on the top, they hook this on top of the border wall, climb over, and then do it all over again. These things have been found all up and down the border. Obviously, they're being used. Obviously, people are getting in this particular way. And as I have said, 7,000 people a week are now coming in illegally to the United States. They are expecting that to double by May 11th. We're at the Tijuana border. Dan Plant, KUSI News.